All right, today is January 8th, 2025. Today I didn't take any trades today. The market at the beginning, like the first 30 minutes to an hour, was being very erratic, I would say, in a sense. I couldn't really feel what exactly was going on. I felt like somebody's heart rate just jumping up and down from like racing or something like that. The market was up, then down, then up, then down, then up, especially in Q. Couldn't really feel out exactly what it wanted to do. I didn't know if it wanted to go down or up, so I was being patient. I would say that there were probably two good setups, maybe three. Um, the first one being this one right here. All right, that one was actually hard for me to read. We came to my level, which is the 5 minute and the 30 minute bottom. All right, so I was expecting buying volume. I did want to go long at this area here. You see that we had a doji candle right there. This candle right here at a 15-minute doji candle. I was hoping this would have been a green volume bar that came back down. Uh, let's see. As you can see, NQ had the green volume bar. All right, but ES didn't. ES stayed red, short. So, and then ES was just red the entire time. So I couldn't really figure out how to be long. But but NQ was fluctuating. And then for VIX, I was watching VIX. VIX also was going towards um, last week's high. I did like the fact that we're creating another high here, another top. So, but we wasn't easily rolling over. As you can see, we didn't really roll over easily until we kept rising and rising. Just like it was very ugly, but very slow rise. And I didn't want to force the trade to go up. So I stayed out of that trade. I didn't have the conviction enough to get into the trade. Something in me was not um, positive with entering into the trade. I'm going to hide initial balance for now. It's a bit too much on the screen. Actually, can I just hide the I could just hide that box. It would help. Show today only. Show cloud. No. Okay. Yeah, because it's showing where it started. I just need to get rid of that. That cloud is a bit intrusive. All right, so because it's showing where initial balance starts. That's all. But it's just way too much. All right, so anyways, we came down to this level very nicely. We created this low RSI on the 1 minute, so it did peak my interest. Price moved up. I was hoping, like I said, I was hoping for once we reach that low, RSI level, I was hoping that I would get positive green buying volume. So that low RSI came around at the beginning of this 10-15 candle. And then price closed right here, right, kind of like right at it. So I thought about entering right there. When I saw this doji candle, I wasn't too much paying attention to the RSI level. I mean, yeah, this RSI level, I wasn't too much paying attention to it, but we can see that price really was holding it nicely. Like we created this here, get rid of this cloud as well. We created this drop, and then buying came in. This RSI level here, if I had marked it, I would have seen that price bounce out of it, came back, closed at the level. And I thought about entering because, well, I was like, well, the stop loss is not that far. I thought about entering here though. This is where I was going to enter initially. My stop loss would have been right here. I would have been stopped out. This would have been very discouraging. All right, I would have entered at this candle here, which is I would have put about 5 points at risk, more than likely, and I would have been stopped out because price went about six, 6.25 points. My stop loss would have been truly something like right below it, like that, right? Because I wouldn't want price to come below it because I would like price to push up because it came here. But it likely went for a sweep of these stop losses that were here because it faked out that it was going to go up. initially, faked that it was gonna go up, came and dumped, faked like it was gonna go up again, took these people out, and then pushed up and then held, and then it closed here. So this would have been my entry right here, and my stop loss would have been down here if I did enter. All right, so that's about how many points? About 5. About initially I was going to risk here, but it would have been stopped out. So about 5 points. As you can see, price stayed above, pushed up, and my goal would have been to come up back to here. Came down almost to break even. My stop loss, I would have put my break even here, and I may have entered another trade right here because it was still in my direction. So add to the trade here. I want to track it with NQ. All right, so we're tracking it with NQ. All right, so here it is. So price pushes up, NQ hits those highs. See NQ hit that last rejection high. ES may have given me some problems because we did sell off there, but I would want to see some volume come in for my exit, or at least hit these highs here again. But I think waiting for this would have been the next best call. Waiting for volume to actually come in, and that would have been a nice trade all the way up into here for about 30 points, right? Maybe even if I'm feeling a little greedy, as price comes up here, stop loss somewhere around here, hoping that price would go a little higher for this extra. Well, that's a 10 point, almost a 10-point jump. Yes, it's almost a, no, we'll say 8-point jump. All right. From here, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. About 6 points, I would say, from that. But my stop loss would have been around here somewhere. But waiting for volume to come in, this would have been a good spot to just basically exit, which is the high here is at 59.61. So maybe let's call it, yeah, this one here. All right. So 31 points. This would have been a nice trade for 31 points. Would have to last 1 hour and 10 minutes of it. 1 hour and 10 minutes of it. Price coming back down. If I'm patient, if my brain is clear, add here. Come back down. Maybe add here. Come back down. Maybe add. This one I can add here. This one I can add as it's going up. Add here because we have to wait for it to kind of break. That's good. This one here, maybe add as it's going up. Maybe these are all hypotheticals. This one I could add right here for sure. Come back down. Make sure we don't get below this one. Add as this one is going up. This is a perhaps. Definitely could add here. So we have 1, 2, and then let it ride. This would have been a nice trade. And then out with volume. Because volume came in, shifted direction, and then we're both out when both ES and NQ showing volume. NQ hitting initial balance high. ES hitting my level that I have. This higher level here is what I marked. I marked the 5 minute, but I really liked how on the 1 minute we rolled over. All right, I was looking at price rolling over, and then we had a drop, significant drop right here. Boom. So I added this one here, right? So it's kind of hard to actually see it. But it made sense that to me, I was able to see it price rolling over. I think it's because the arrows helped me out, and then we had a strong line drop. So this is where it made sense to add it. And we can see here, there's nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, and then the short, and then we kind of break through very harshly. So I marked it there, and that's where price actually went to. So respectfully speaking, I think I picked a nice area for this. It's also VWAP. All right, it just made sense. So that was that trade. I didn't take that trade. That happened around 10:30, and then we had the reversal. I was looking at this being created, but I don't actually trade the noon time frame because noon is when the London session is ending. so I don't trade that. Usually we get a continuation spike into the noon in one direction or the other, and then we kind of like set up before the next direction or the continuation of the direction around 12:15, 12:30. So around 12:15, 12:30, price is already in direction, and then 12:30 comes back down, which is where I would have looked for an entry. All right, but I stepped away from the computer. I went about my day because I didn't know what price was doing. Because usually, like I said, price usually stays around my area around 12:15 to 12:30, and then moves. But since the price was already moving prior to, I didn't even decide to stick around. But I did miss the 12:30 reversal of this. Price came down here, gave some volume. As you can see, price was just dumping, and I don't even know how to really mark this up. Maybe like that. Redraw as a channel. Let's see. I even can get something. Boom, something like that. So we rolled over, create like a small double bottom at the top here. So about double bottom at the bottoms here. As you can see, we had sell, sell, sell. Price push up, came back down, ate it up, came back above. Maybe re-enter right here. Where is this one here? This is 40, so around 245 here, and then the retest. So maybe re-enter on a little pullback, but I would have wanted to go short. I'm not gonna lie. After seeing price down here, I would have been looking for shorts. Looking for an angle to be broken. So I probably would have tried to enter here and got my feelings hurt, knowing that I need to actually clear this. Knowing that I need to clear that. That probably would have hurt me. I've been hurt with that a lot. And seeing that price is above on both of them, I would have needed them both to create a breakout. So they both showed like, oh, I want to break out, but they're really not. They're holding inside of this low just to freaking reverse. And that would have sucked because let's see what price did here on a higher time frame. In 15-minute, we sold. We sold. Oh, maybe I wouldn't have. No, I would have on the 5-minute. On the 5-minute, I would have been sold that we're selling off because we had volume breaking out of this level. And then we had a little pullback. So I would have been looking for an entry, probably somewhere around here. I probably would have been dragged into this, and because we're still below, and then if I was seen enough to go long, then I'd go long. But this would have really dragged me out. I don't like that. We did break out, but then we pulled back in. We broke out, so I'm trying to figure out how to stay out of this. That's really what I'm doing right now. So we have an RSI level, right? I want a clear chart. Clear my head. That's not a clear chart. Somehow I got something like it. So we have an RSI level. Boom, it's a low. It's on a 5-minute with a lot of selling. Right, selling is very dominant here. All right, but since we have an RSI level here, right, let's mark it, and we're not below it. So this is review. All right. So just want to make sure I clear my head. I don't have an RSI level here at all. Let's put this under default. I can default. Let's put it under review also. We'll clear out this one. I just want to just make sure that I'm making sense of this. I'll be done soon. So I have an RSI level at a low. We had initial balance. We broke below initial balance. Probably swept and took some people out. We have strong volume here. Let's sell. That ate all of this buying over here, but weaker than all of this buying over here. Same thing, strong selling. Strong selling right here. Sell, sell, sell. We have sell picking up, and then we broke out. Strong selling. So this are probably people closing out their things because they thought price was going to go up. Because price looked like it sold very strongly into that, but it's still weaker than all the buying that came in. Right? Strong selling, but weaker than all that buying that came in. Previously, that pushed price up around 10-15. So are these people still here? Price pushed back up, so looks like it, right? So me trying to go short, I probably would have drawn a trend line like this. It got broken. We get stuck into the 1 minute, not knowing that the 5 minute is pushing price up higher. So this close here. This is 39. This is this one here. So this is not even completely done. So I can even use that one. So I gotta wait. I can't use that one. Right? I would have to draw something like this. And see that we're back above. I have to respect this 5 minutes candles more than this 1 minute. Alright. So draw the trend line. So sitting with this one here, right? If I drew that trend line here, this doesn't count because it's 39, because it's this candle here, so we can't use that. Just gotta wait. So the new direction now, price reclaim inside of this. Still needs to get above this to actually be long. But in Q, ES is back above its level that I had before. Right? ES is back initial balance. So it's initial balance. So let's go back. So ES is back above initial balance. Broke below and reclaim. All right, now let's go to the higher time frame. Let's go to 30-minute, the 15-minute. 15-minute. This is 40. This is 45, and it held. Right, so this is 40 going to 45. It's above. All right, so that means that, boom, we're back above. So we had buying was the last thing that we had. Selling we had down here. That pushed price up. We're back above this area here where that RSI was at. Let's go back to let's go back to that RSI area. Boom, there it is. All right, so essentially this low RSI here that we had, we're back above it, or we're getting above it. Right, so boom, right, pull back. So maybe somewhere around here I could try to enter. This is tough. This is very tough. I'm not gonna lie. At least I could say I can stay out of going short. All right, I can stay out of going short. That's what I want to do. I want to stay. I want to protect myself from going the wrong direction versus getting the right direction at the moment. So protect myself from going the wrong direction is probably more important at the moment. Sold, bought, not stronger than all the selling. The selling here is very dominant, but we cleared it. We cleared all of that selling. We cleared it right here with this buying. And then we sold drastically. Yeah, I don't want to go short. Looking for a pullback. But price pulled right back inside of it. Oh my goodness, this is a headache. Sold off drastically. Strong selling right here. Very strong selling at 10 o'clock. Very, very strong selling at 10 o'clock. I should have really looked for a short for NQ. Look at this volume. 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's a lot of volume. There's no volume here. And then we'll come back up to here. Sorry, I'm going to have to see what the heck we're doing up here. Just this by itself. Boom. All right. And shoot. I don't think I ever did the rollover thing on NQ. I should have did that I did with ES. My rollover was here at 6, right? Yep. Oh boy. Okay, let's see if we have a rollover. Let's see if we have a rollover. I think we did. I don't think I marked it. No, I did the bottom part, but the roller for NQ looks like it's right around here, so it would be maybe something like here, but more so this one here. I think this one would be the spot I'd want to mark. I'll be the rollover for NQ, and we'll get this very huge. All of this. The rollover happens right around the VWAP area too. All right. So let's go to our review. Rollover for NQ right here. 1 minute. Let's see how close I get to it. I would prefer to put my stop loss, put this around here somewhere, but we have to respect the fact that we had all of this happening. And NQ does move very volatile. All right, so as you can see, we did come back to that area where we sold off at, and we did hit that higher part that I was talking about. I wonder if we went short though, because I wanted to top it off right here. We did go a little short, but we did go to it here and retest towards the end of the day. But that's the top part of it, but I think that's fine the way it is. So we're gonna see this part here. If I was trading NQ, I'm gonna have to but I'm gonna have to set up my NQ levels the same way I set up ES, because I could have probably capitalized on that sell off around 11:30, around 12 o'clock. So let's get to the charts. Let's do that. So let's do this. So 2 minutes. So here we go. So we hit a top, enter the sell. We hit a top right here. Boom. I think we hit a top. Boom. Wow, look at that. We hit that top. Boom. This one hit a top. Boom. All right, it hits that area we rode off of. I think I marked it somewhere around here like this. All right, this. No, I had it half of this one here. I had like half of this candle. That. Yeah, it was something like that. Both of them hit the top. Boom. Rode over nicely. Bam. Yeah, I could have really capitalized on that. So I'm gonna have to make sure that my charts are in sync. That's probably one of the notes I have to write down, because that capitalization right there could have happened. The long down here, when price did this, right? They both created their bottoms. NQ moved up and ES stayed above. So when NQ moved up past all of that, because it needs to clear this, and ES also cleared its low when it came back down and finally closed around the 40.15, I could have looked for my entry and then stayed with it. Boy, what a move. Um that move also, essentially that would have been it. I don't know about this reversal one. I mean, there's a possibility, but this one is hard for me to read. This one, it's easy to read because it's the first time I was testing it again for that day, and we did get the top at a sell-off, and here we had a bottom that was already a bottom and retesting it. So, but getting the top at a sell-off is seems to be a good play, and getting a bottom retested and then kept is also a good play. But this one here being a third time testing it, but going below and then swing back up, that was kind of hard for me to really like trust. For this one here, um, not really any trend lines I could draw. This would have to be just more so of entering as price is breaking out, hoping that we don't spike back up to retest this and then continue. That really would have been for that one. I think the best trade was the long that took an hour plus versus the short that took maybe 25 minutes, right? Or less than an hour, I would say. Right? I think the long itself, that was like an hour and 10 minutes, was probably the best trade because it was very clear. It was pushed up, held on both sides, right? And Q pushed up and held until that 30. So it pushed up, clear all of this low, and held the low. And ES retested the low, right? So it showed direction of being going up. For this one here, they both just rolled over, which is okay. I have sell, 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 and I have a top coming here, and then well, this is basically my level now, and then we broke below it at 12 o'clock. So maybe I draw this here that we need to clear this. This is the area that we need to clear. Until we clear it, I can't go low. We clear it, okay, into here, and then take it down. So this would have been potentially the trade, more or less. Look, 23 points, you know. And then just waiting for NQ to clear its area here. Boom, they're both clearing it. Take it low, right? I have to be very, very technical, which is kind of hard to do, to just be this technical. I just have to be definitely mentally in it for that. And then the reversal back up, would have to clear this high up here for me to even want to go long. We had to clear this. Yes, we're coming back up, but we definitely needed to clear this. This one doesn't really give me much. Maybe this is maybe entering here, stop loss down here. So the entry would have to be at 1052. So it would have to be this one here, stop loss down here like this. So reclaiming initial balance. So this is about 8 points. All right, 8 points, and then going back towards those highs, staying in there, trying to get up to here. Shoot, I thought we were never gonna get there. Price just, oh, that's volume right here. This is exit. This is top. This is top level. This is exit. Boom, boom. You just moving your stop loss. 23 points. Have to respect that. We hit initial balance again. Volume coming in. This would have been something scary, but now we're hitting the top here. We're hitting what we sold off at. So we sold off again right here. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. As far as the price action was very choppy and sloppy, but we did go from one extreme to the next extreme, and I had to be very technical and clear-minded. My trend lines weren't the best, but they still did work. Just a lot of exposure based on where I put my stop loss. I think, like I said, this trade here was probably the best one that made sense because price gave a bottom and then we gave a direction with the volume, especially on NQ, not on ES, but on NQ. The sell off here at the top here on a higher time frame, we had strong volume here, so it works well. For ES, we didn't have anything besides the fact that we sold off over here. And then I should have matched the ES and NQ level because when NQ came back up to here, ES was also up around that same area. So I screwed that one up by not marking NQ. I saw it happening. I didn't have any conviction in it, but I'm now more aware that I need to be more confluent with pairing up my charts together. All right, I think that's when somebody was calling my phone. Yeah. So yeah, I don't have that 1231 there up, but I do have the 1215 one where this 1031 I meant where price was doing that creation. I had VIX up at the time. And I was probably debating what I wanted to do, but there goes that hike that doji candle that caught my attention. If you go to when it closes, it does close as a doji. Initially, it was showing green buying volume. You cannot see it. There it is, green buying volume there. That price was trying to buy, and that's what really caught my attention. And I said, okay, I do want to buy down here. I just wanted it to finish green, but we didn't. We finished red instead, and it deterred me from wanting to be in trade. But that was the last time we went low. We never went lower than that, and then price just shot up from there. So I just should have just been more aware of what was happening, and been more ready to actually enter into the trade. There goes my opportunity to exit here. If I did enter the trade, being patient, and then that started the new reversal. I didn't mark this one, as you can see how high we are. I didn't mark that rollover right here, which I should have marked that rollover with NQ. So maybe I have a piece of paper when I'm marking ES, what I'm seeing in ES, and then what I'm seeing in NQ, and then comparing them. So that way I can have very good confluent levels for these highs and these lows of the RSIs. All right, so that's it for me for today. I'll be back. Maybe I won't be back tomorrow because the stocks are closed, but the futures are open. I may not even open up my charts. If price does move, oh well. Um, but I'll just stay away from it. I will come back on Friday instead, or Thursday night to do my post market review and